An animal cruelty case is under investigation on Maui after someone left 6 puppies in a sealed container outside the Maui Humane Society. 2 of the puppies did not survive. Officials call it a rare case of cruelty, but have noticed an uptick in animal surrenders. Nikki Schenfeld reports.
Several animal shelters across the state say they've seen a recent uptick in animal abandonments and surrenders. It's unknown if it's directly related to the COVID-19 pandemic and people struggling financially, but they want people to know that there are resources out there to help. Workers and volunteers at Maui Humane Society say it's common to see donations left outside their building, but no one could have imagined what was inside a sealed plastic container left in the sun.
A volunteer opened up a sealed Rubbermaid tote and was surprised to see a bunch of puppies in there.
6 puppies were rushed into the vet clinic. 2 did not survive. Maui Humane officers checked security footage.
They put the bin, which was sealed with duct tape and no air holes, onto the property and looked around and left.
The suspect was identified and charged with 6 counts of animal cruelty and 6 counts of animal abandonment.
This is a very shocking, very sad case. It's very rarely do we see animals that have succumbed to being abandoned.
In the last month, Miller says they've noticed an increase in stray animals and animals being dumped.
I just want people to know that there is no fee to surrender an animal at Maui Humane Society. You can bring an animal and surrender it. We'll take it in. We'll never contact you again if you don't want us to.
Hawaiian Humane Society has also been monitoring pet surrenders.
We have noticed a trend over the last 4 months of increase of surrenders.
Oahu SPCA and Hawaiian Humane Society are stepping up screening for potential adopters, but want people to know shelters have pet food and affordable veterinary care options.
There's no shame. In fact, there's a lot of empathy. Everybody in Hawaii is going through a challenging time now. There's never any reason to abandon, and there's every reason, if you can't care for them, to bring them to people who have the capacity to care for them and give them new lives.
The 4 surviving puppies are feeling much better and have forever homes waiting for them. For more resources, go to our website, khon2.com. Nikki Schenfeld, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
After